Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Demolinator coming at you with a deck video. I represent Team Metaphorical Jew. We're pretty new on the scene, but you're going to be seeing a lot of videos from us pretty soon. Alright, I'm showcasing my Fortune Lady deck today, so let's get started. I run 3 Fortune Lady lights, just because it is the deck's main searcher. For those of you that don't know, whenever it's removed from the field by a card effect, you get to special summon any Fortune Lady from your deck. Lets you bring out a dark on the first turn, so you have a 2000 beater, and you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a staple for Fortune Ladies anyway. Next we have 3 Lady Darks. They're pretty much the main offensive weapon for the deck, just because, like I said earlier, it comes out with 2 grand. And whenever a Fortune Lady kills a monster on the field, it lets you special summon another one from the graveyard. And the cool part about this effect is the effect stack. So say you use 1 Lady Dark to kill a monster, then you bring back another Lady Dark. When that Dark kills someone, you get both of the Lady Dark's effect, because it specifies any Fortune Lady, not just Lady Dark. So then you'll get 2 more. It's a very handy effect. Again, another Fortune Lady deck staple. I run 3 waters as well, just because the draw power it enables is incomprehensible. It's very nice. You can special summon it with both dark and light, or a bunch of the other effects in the deck, especially Future Visions, and it can just come back. And the one quick thing to mention, if you're running this, watch out, because the text on Lady Water says that if it's summoned while a Fortune Lady on the field except Lady Water, so if you have another water on the field and you special summon a water, you won't get the effect, just because the 2 have the same name. This is where it gets a little different. It varies from a lot of other people's Fortune Lady decks. I run 2 copies of Fire, just because I can normally stack 1 into the deck and then 1 into the graveyard, so that I can search it with either dark or light, depending on what's convenient. The destruction effect is very nice. I use it as a defensive weapon. If my opponent uses Dark Arm to destroy my Lady Light, I'll search this and then blow up Dark Armed for 2800 damage. It's very useful. And the other one, I also use 2 copies of Lady Wind. A lot of people won't even run it, just because the effect is so conditional. It doesn't have as many spell trap on the field as you have Fortune Ladies. Then you won't be able to use the effect, just because of that small detail. But I still feel that the removal is worth it, especially if you already have something like Dark out, and then you summon this. It'll get under stuff like Bottomless, and it'll let you take out at least 2 of your opponent's back row, generally. It can also set up some plays for stuff like Monster Reborn. I run 2 Apprentice Magician, just so that I can search out Lady Light. There's not a lot of reason for they're in there, but you can use 1 to stall for the other if you need the time. I have Dragodia, for obvious enough reasons, just because it's good, and the Fortune Lady deck has a lot of draw power. And I run a Cyber Valley, just because it'll help getting Fortune Lady play to use some of the other support cards with. Now onto the spells. I have 3 Future Visions. It's a Fortune Lady staple pretty much, and it screws with basically every other deck that's out there. Turn to either blow it off the field with one of your own spells, then keeping their monster out of play, or you can just give another turn for them to have a blank field and you can deal some more damage in between. I have 3 Fortunes Future. For the same reasons I said before, you can remove a lot of things from play, especially with Future Visions. Favorite combos is activate Future Vision, summon Lady Light, take it out of play, special summon Lady Dark, then use Future to draw a couple more cards. It's very handy. There's nothing else to be said about it. Just a great tech card. I have 2 Magical Dimension, because you can either get rid of a used lady to get a better one, or you can trigger Light's effect while special summoning another one. Some things you can do with this, like I said earlier about using fire, once she's on the field she's kind of dead, but then you can use this to get rid of her, special summon another Fortune Lady, and you can also kill another opponent's monster. So that helps with field presence, all sorts of good stuff. 1-for-1 to search Lady Light. It's not as useful as I thought, but I can use it in emergencies to dump something useless in my hand like Lady Fire or get a Lady Water in the graveyard. And then you can pull something like either Light or you can get Cyber Valley. Reasoning, very good in Fortune Ladies because they're pretty much all different levels. And if you special summon Water, which I do a lot, then you can draw a couple, or if they call for, it'll be in the graveyard for you to use with Lady Dark. Got Pot of Averside in here. Just recycling stuff. Depending on the situation, you can. It's a great turnaround card because it gets you 5 cards back in the deck and lets you pick up 2, so you can press for more advantage with Lady Light. Now, for a few staples, you have Dark Hole, Monsreb, 2 MSTs, and that's it for the spells. Trap lineup is fairly basic, except I don't have a lot of the rare fancy cards that people use these days, so I kind of sub in my own ideas. Mirror Force, though, obvious enough. Call the Haunted, I think it's useful enough because you can bring back a Lady Dark on your opponent's turn, and then you'll come back to your field and you'll have 2400, which is normally enough to run over pretty much anything your opponent has. And if it's not, well, you can use some kind of other fodder monster for Magical Dimension or something. 1 Torrential, combo's great with Lady Light. Not much to be said, it's pretty much a staple. I run 3 compulsory evac devices. You can bounce Lady Light to activate her effect, or you can bounce an opponent's synchro or one of your monsters. Basically, it can be used offense or defense. It's very combo happy card. And finally, 2 Bending Destiny. I had a Solemn Judgment in this, but quite frankly I didn't like it because I was always ending up using it when I didn't need to, and I would end up wasting many thousands of life points, and then my opponent would take me down with a second card that did the same thing. Fortune Ladies are on the field. It has to be a Fortune Lady only setup, but it's cheap, and that'll protect you against stuff like Mirror Force and Bottomless. Anything that would screw you up on one turn, get rid of a key play, you can negate it, and then sure they'll have it back, but odds are if you get your key play off, you won't need the extra time. Alright, that's it for this video. Keep a watch out for our other ones. I expect to put up quite a few in the next coming days. I hope this turned out well enough, and remember to subscribe and all that good stuff.